No, no, that's not it.
Wait.
Nope. Ugh, the stupid device won't work whenever I want it to. You can see me now, huh? Don't be alarmed. I'm V, short for viewer. Different than the Watchers. Do not compare me to those bald-headed babies. Anyways, don't mind me. I was just trying to find the right channel to go view this poll list story about... No spoilers. Looks like the poll list hasn't come out for you yet. Let me let you in on a little secret. Go over to ko-fi.com/noirenigma and subscribe at the $10 tier. That way, you'll be able to get the poll list stories a week ahead of release. It also gets you a 10% discount to Noirville merch. So get over to ko-fi.com/noirenigma right now. All right. I gotta go before the editor catches me talking to you. So keep viewing whatever you're viewing here. All right. Bye.
There are 3 things you learn in this job. The break room coffee sucks, always label your food, and never go in alone.
And action. Thank you so much for joining us here. If you're seeing this, that means that you're just about to watch a Noirville production, which, oh my god, it means that we made it to the finish line. Or you might have stumbled onto this and you're wondering, what exactly is Noirville? Well, I can explain that one to you easy. Noirville is a ambitious series of interconnected stories that take place in our custom universe, or our custom Marvel universe, the 312. We have stories of villains, heroes, and everything in between, with 40 players all inhabiting the same world to tell one story. Phase 1 is what you're watching now, and it has been a tremendous undertaking with lots of lessons learned, and we, at this very moment, are planning for Phase 2. And in order for that to happen, we could use all the support that we can get. And so that's where you come in. If you like what you see here, or if you believe in this project, or if you just want to give us a chance to tell this story, I invite you to check out our coffee. We have a membership tier at many different levels that offer a lot of benefits and insights into the world of Noirville, so you can really delve deep into these stories that we're telling. Our membership tier starts at the $3 tier with a contributor. That will guarantee you a shout out on all Noirville projects. We'll shout you out on our socials, because really you're making this possible. The $10 level, we do offer a 10% off on all of our merch, as well as my Start Playing Games. So if you would like to join the world of Noirville, you can do just that. And I'll also be doing a monthly newsletter where I create NPCs for the TTRPGs Marvel Multiverse, Star Trek, as well as Dungeons and Dragons for you to put into your own games. You get all of this as well at the $15 tier, as well as access to our Discord, behind the scenes content, GM advice. I'll talk to you on a one-on-one base to give you some ideas for what you might want to implement at your own table, as well as everything else that was included before, and a 20% discount on all of our merch, and start playing games. And finally, we have the council member, which is the $20 a month tier, which includes everything below. It increases the discount to 20%, and it gets you a seat at a community game that we'll hold at the end of the month. That will have direct consequences into the world of Noirville. Starting at the $10 tier, you also get early access to Noirville content. We have an entire series called Pull List that you'll be able to see at minimum a week early before we drop it here on Althaven. It is stories that are in between episodes or introductions to other characters into the world of Noirville. So that's it. That's how you can support our endeavors. That's how you can give us a hand into knocking Phase 2 out of the park. We've got plans for this world, plans for this stories, and characters that we can't wait to introduce you to. So give us a watch. Let us know what you think. Comment below on all of our content to let us know what you like and what you don't like. And welcome to the world of Noirville. We're happy to have you. Thank you. That's it. I didn't really have anything else planned. Okay, bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of Bad Meets Evil. I am excited to get into this. We have quite a bit to find out. Just to give a brief recap of where we are. Episode 1, we met our not exactly heroes, but we met our protagonists, we'll go with that one, who were given an assignment by an individual by the name of the Fluid to meet in a sub-level of the Sears Tower, where they were to be informed of a mission of grand priority that they would have to undertake. However, the mission was interrupted by the appearance of the local hero, the Saint, who in very brief combat was sent to the moon in the 1960s by Tyr, and then another surprise guest crashed the party, that being the Ghost Runner, who attempted to penance their Harbinger, only for that to not work, and then continued their assault on Affliction. And due to the demon protecting Affliction, all three, Ghost Runner, Affliction, and the demon Belith, were dragged to hell. In the midst of all of that, 2 portals opened up during the chaos. One which would pull Tyr in, and should you desire to find out what happened there, I would recommend that you check out the episode of the Pull List named Crash of the Titans. We'll put a little editor's note. But today we find out what happened in the second portal, and then we'll get everyone else together. But for the remaining protagonist, they were given the mission to, well, it's what you watched in the last episode of Bad Meets Evil, to infiltrate helicarrier with the assistance of a new hero, Zalani, and they were to retrieve a certain something. In the midst of doing that, however, they found a sword of the King in Black, and now it's in the city somewhere. I'm sure that will come up later. So, let's begin with this issue of Bad Meets Evil. But first, of course, the most important part of any story are the people that tell it. So let's have our characters and our players introduce themselves. Who would like to go first? Volunteer or voluntold?
You know what? I will actually fucking volunteer for one.
Yeah!
Gang, motherfuckers. Wait, no. Yeah, no, I'm allowed to swear. Hold on. Sorry.
What the fuck are you doing? We can't fucking swear in this shit.
Marvel. I had a Marvel moment.
Oh, we're fucked now.
It's Disney.
Look, Deadpool and Wolverine had 117 uses of the fuck word. If they can get away with it, so can we.
Goddamn right. Hi, hello, folks. Good evening. You can call me Laura Tutu or Laura Tutu. You can find me all over the internet, usually as _ Laura Tutu. I will be playing your Southside Chicago werewolf, known as the Harbinger.
All right. And who would you like to popcorn it to?
Let's go with the good doctor.
Hello, I'm Sam Delev. I'm a role-playing performer, variety streamer, and science communicator. But when I'm not talking about the very cool science that is out there in our world, I'm using science to a slightly different end as Dr. Kindly.
And that leaves but one remaining character.
Hello, everyone. My name is PJ McGaw. You can find me all over the internet at PJ McGaw, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter for now, but please go check my Blue Sky. And I am playing Tyr, aka Tyr Odinson, aka the best god of justice, aka fuck the other god of justice. Sorry, screw the other god of justice. And I'm a role player. I am a content creator, project manager, third party publication content writer. And here I am to just have fun being a nerd, and I'm excited.
Awesome. And so the issue opens up back at that meeting in the Sears Tower where the mission debrief is happening. Ghost Runner shows up, and Harbinger, we see in the panel just you being yanked back into it looks like the shadow of a door, but that's the portal, and you find yourself enveloped in darkness. And then you feel someone putting their hand by your chest in a very protective way, kind of like a parent when the car has to stop too fast. And you stop moving, but you see your body being dragged by men in tactical armor. And the hand is still on your chest as you're watching your unconscious body being taken.
There is a dearth of colorful profanity and general confusion. Who the fuck is touching me?
Well, that's a very strange way to say thank you. Growling. You look and you see a man in a fine black suit with a golden tie, black shirt, but the head of a wolf. Are you quite done, or do you need to continue to let it out, child?
Call me child one more fucking time.
Well, you are one of my children. One of my very special, your lineage. Well, not your lineage exactly. You see, you're part of my pack. I should explain, but there's not quite time. My children are being killed all over the city. And you could hear as your body drops, one of the soldiers puts the rifle to your head, and you hear another man go, "No, no, no! Not this one. This one's special. We wait until we have enough before we add the sacred drop."
The cops.
Yes.
One of them when I met Tyr.
Yes.
Are you gonna explain, or are you gonna continue to be obnoxiously cryptic?
I do find that obnoxiously cryptic is a good look on me, but if you would like to explain, I have to be given a question. It's the way it works. I can only give what is requested.
You're one of those.
Some of us still follow the rules, even if the Asgardians decided to eschew them.
I'm gonna kick that bearded son of a bitch directly in the ass.
He's going to be responsible for your recollection. If he's smart. Most of the path has already been drawn, and it can't be deviated except by those that do not belong to the field of play and those too divine to be counted among the pieces.
Fine. Where am I?
Good question. I don't know.
Why am I here staring at my own fucking body?
Because very powerful individuals paid a very lofty price to have you collected.
Where's Odinson?
Currently in the battle with the Soulless. I'm not quite certain how that will turn out.
How do I get out of here?
Now that is a good question. You've mastered the physical aspects of what you are. It is time for you to learn the spiritual aspects of it. It grants you access to means far beyond your claws and fangs. But in order to gain access to these abilities, you have to come to terms with yourself, your wolf, and your pack.
I don't have a pack. Except for you, apparently.
Have you not felt the longing? Have you never felt as though there was something missing? Did the song of the moon ever feel that it were missing instrumentation or voices? Why are you so angry, Harbinger?
Don't you read James Baldwin?
Yes, I do. Wonderfully intact with all things of the natural order, it's easy to be seen as radical in a world off kilter when you understand order and the way things were meant to be, not the way things are.
done just fine without a pack. How about that, then?
Do you feel that fine is all you deserve? Have you ever wondered what the purpose of you was? Why? It seems a little abstract.
Twee would be the word that I would use. What purpose? What fucking purpose? We are born into this world. Some of us end up with the things that we need to survive. Others of us have to claw and bite and scratch in order to survive. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, I was in the second group.
Feels wrong, doesn't it?
It is the hand I was dealt.
That wasn't the question that I asked you. You see a powerful person and enforce their will on someone less able to defend themselves. Is it particularly difficult for you to look away? Do you feel the innate need to react, to respond? Does it make your blood boil a little hotter than the average person? Why do you think that is?
Because in spite of the blood on my hands, I still have a fucking soul.
It is because of the blood on your hands that I know that you do.
What do you want with me?
I want you to fulfill your purpose.
Well, considering I'm watching some gravy seal hold a fucking gun to my head, I don't really have much of a choice, do I?
Helplessness doesn't look good on you.
Fine. Are you gonna tell me my goddamn purpose, or do I have to go tripping down the yellow brick road?
Have you ever thought about what it might be? Could you tell me, gun to your head? Your gun to your head. And he holds up a clawed hand, it flicks it, and suddenly there is the barrel of a gun pressed against your head. What is your purpose?
Last time somebody tried that, it didn't end super well for them.
I know, and you executed it with such grace and style. I was so proud.
My purpose. I am a creature of blood and rage. I'll take down as many sons of bitches as I can before they put a bullet in me, one way or the other.
You see, as you say these words, your body starts to twitch. Is that so?
It is what I do. It is what I'm good at.
More twitching, and then you hear from the body growling. So your purpose is death, then?
If it needs must.
So, you see a powerful individual enforce their will on the weak. Both are subjected to your fangs and claws. I just want to know.
I suppose that's where the soul comes in.
2 halves. You've got one down. And he lifts his hands, and you can see he wants to put a hand on your shoulder, but he stops just above. May I?
Say please.
Please.
Thanks for asking.
He puts his hand on your shoulder, and you immediately know his name. You are looking into the eyes of Anubis. The wolf. It is a creature often found in the myths of all who walk the world. You can ask your friend. And there is nothing that a child of my pact can't endure. There is no material that their claws can't scratch, and there is no flesh knitted that your fangs can't sink into. Your purpose is to be the guardian of the meek, to dole out justice and death to those who would say that they are above it, and bring me their hearts to weigh. My children, their blood floods the streets of my city, of my world. I paid a lofty price for them to grab you. I paid a lofty price for them to think that you are cornered. Make no mistake, dear. You are cornered.
Don't you know what they say about cornered animals?
Show me. And you wake up and you feel that you are in the midst of the transformation. And you hear people going, shit, they're up. What would you like to do?
Storyteller, I think it's time to let it ride.
Now, these are a bunch of henchmen. So I am going to give you 5 melee tests. Target number 12. And we are just going to see how this rides. Now, depending on how many successes you get, the narrative will change. So let's see what Harbinger got.
Okay. So, just standard melee?
Melee combat. We don't really need the damage, but let's say if you break 100, it unlocks a special cutscene.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Melee combat, because that'll do the damage as well.
Oh, hold on.
No worries, you got this. Take your time.
Scrolling forever. Okay. Is that it?
Need
Okay.
4 more.
Okay. 19.
Okay.
17. One more. Hold on. And another 17.
Okay, now let me just do a quick calculation of the damage. I should have had my calculator ready. Apologies, everyone. I'm not a math head.
Listen, I'm not here for the math.
All
2K
right.
for that shit.
Alrighty, so we've got 14 plus 14 plus 23 plus another 23 plus another 17. So that is 77. We got close, but not yet.
Keyword yet.
Everyone is dead. You find yourself in it looks as it appears to be a parking garage, and you see that it is filled with armored vehicles, and everybody in here was well armed. I'm gonna let you describe the last panel before we turn the page.
The changes never come on that fast before, never that smoothly. There's the rippling crack of bone and muscle and a blur of fangs and claws and spraying blood. And next thing is a shot of the biggest, pushing 9 feet, if we're being honest, black bipedal wolf. The body of one of these henchmen is impaled on one massive clawed hand. And the roar that echoes is such that it almost rattles the dust from the ceiling.
We turn the page. We find Tyr looking out of a warehouse window, furious. Tell me, what do you do?
So I believe at this point, I have reached out to New Jotunheim to ask for a quick trip to the facilities so that I can be checked up on after my last kerfuffle. So I'm waiting for that teleportation Bifrost-esque technology to take me to New Jotunheim.
And you wait, and you wait, and you wait.
With a wave of my hand, a series of blue runes go around my ear again, as I kind of speak out, like almost like on a comm.
Hello, Bergamer. Svarblem, are you there? Can you hear me? I'm waiting for transportation.
First, your domain. Then, your home. My home. It is home to the god of justice, is it not?
It is home to the giants that escaped prosecution. You've got no bloody right taking that from them. And if I ever put hands upon thy neck again, I will pop you like a grape.
Run, little godling. Run!
With a wave of my hand, the runes vanish.
Let me put in the legwork.
After all, I'm Asgardian.
We live for this shit.
And I start levitating and flying as fast as possible back to the Sears Tower.
You start to fly back, and you do notice that though you feel better and the fever has stopped, you're still a little, you're not fully there. And you can, it's like a tiny stone in your, it's like a tiny rock in your shoe. It's not enough to stop you, but it's noticeable and it's annoying. And if there's one thing a god shouldn't be experiencing, it's annoyance. There's something wrong with you, and you don't have access to the doctors of New Jotunheim.
At this point in time, I have to ask myself a very crucial question. Am I in any shape to continue fighting? Second question is, I'm Asgardian. Do I give a shit if I'm not in fighting shape? That's what I do. Oh, and low be the neck, because the guillotine will drop, and if they give me 1 ounce of shit, snap! Oh, their head's gonna roll.
I am just furious. I am flying and I am just muttering to myself. This horrible storm of swears and promises of violence.
And where are you heading?
I think so. According to my logistical radar, the last time I was someplace before I was here was the Sears Tower. So I'm gonna go back there and kind of reverse engineer where I gotta go.
Okay. We will come right back to you. Kindly. The mission is a success. You acquired far more data than you expected from the helicarrier. Where are you heading?
Well, now that I had processed it, I was rather intending on going to the lab, but I do want to stop by my clinic first, check up on my patients.
Okay. And how are you getting there?
Where am I at the moment?
I'm going to say that this is literally right as all of you are leaving the helicarrier. So you see Torment, who has jumped off and has created these giant black wings to escape. Z is riding the back, or Solani is riding the back of Z and escaping, and so like I don't know that I got around to asking you how you're getting off the helicarrier.
Oh, yes, I suppose we are just rather going to fall or something, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Fun. Anyway, I think I'll perhaps activate a flash teleport very quickly.
Okay. And you're teleporting directly to the lab?
I'll have to drop off these things. I don't have contact info for that lovely young woman, the one with the veil.
Oh,
I have the
Affliction.
rings that Zolani so kindly secured, and I don't know how I'm going to get in touch with her again now that ghost runner ran off with her. I'll have to figure that out. This is why one needs a address book, things like this. Maybe a guest book the next time that one gets contracted by some cryptic organization for whatever nonsense they think they can threaten us with.
You know, if anybody were to retrieve what they were asking for, I'd imagine they would have trusted that responsibility to you. So would you be dropping it off at the sub level in the Sears Tower?
As I recall, the particular item did not leave in my possession.
Oh crap! Who grabbed it? Oh,
The person who owns it.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. Moment.
I did get a very good look at it, and I have a very good memory, so at some point I can do a reconstruction. That's broadly the plan.
So I think where we pick up with you is you would get a call on comms.
Yes, hello, this is Dr. Kindly.
Our surveillance of the helicarrier shows a number of individuals having leapt off of it. I can only assume that that would be you. Do you have what we agreed upon?
No.
Unfortunate.
Agreed.
Well, I suppose I'll be in contact with you later.
I think that was going to happen either way, wasn't it?
Good news. We've gotten in contact with a number of our original candidates. It would appear, since the configuration that we put together for this mission was a failure, that we might have use of them. Here, and you see a number of configurations on, I'd imagine that you have some device like a phone or something.
Yes, I do. It's Samsung something, I think.
Ew, not an Android. But you do get the contact information for the other OG BME folks.
Yes, shockingly, I do have something with a kernel I can manipulate.
Disgusting. Anyway, you may continue. So you're going to your lab?
Yes, at least to drop things off.
Okay.
But what was it that was sent me, this configuration?
So you gain access to a method to reach out to Tyr, to Harbinger, to Affliction, though that particular contact is grayed out. And Torment and Solani.
Good. Oh, lovely. I had just the best time with her. She was so thoughtful. Warmed up a little bit.
So, you are appearing back at your lab, and as soon as you walk in, you see a cat walk by you, almost like just bothered, like, ow, just walk off.
I can't disagree, Stella. Nonetheless, I'm all the better for seeing you. You're looking transcendent, if vexed.
They just start grooming themselves at you as if to say, I know.
Scritch, 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 scritch.
You may live. Just purrs.
I feel better already. The most perfect creature ever to be. I'll initiate I think here and now it's a group text.
No, not a group text. Okay, yes, go for it. What's the first message? The message that opens up the group text to everybody.
I hope those of you who were abducted are doing well. This is Dr. Kindly.
Everybody right now has got to tell me what their notification is.
Are you out of your mind? My phone hasn't been off of vibrate since like 2023 or 2020. Like, come on. No, absolutely not.
Tyr, I know you communicate via the runes. Is there any sort of notification, sound, or feeling that you get?
Well, you know what's great about Rune Tech is that we have the best Bluetooth technology. So it's a pun for those who know. So yeah, I get this like vibration in my bone, in the ear of my bone, and I activate it, and I'm sure that it's like the sound of like my own voice going, good morning, like something repetitive and silly, and I'm like, and as I'm levitating and flying, I'm like, all right, who's texting me in the middle of my flight time? What is this? And I check it, and bring kind of like Futurama, there's like a little screen in front of me. I'm reading it. I'm reading what Dr. Kindly has text the group chat.
Does anyone respond? Like, I'd like to just imagine this 9-foot tall, hulking wolf that's soaked in blood being like,
Here's the thing, though. I believe Harbinger has realized that it is nigh impossible to text with talons.
mm-hmm.
So at this point, she has in fact shifted back, and is now just a naked young woman covered in blood. She does, however, crouch down and wipe her hands on one of the tactical vests of the dead dudes around her. Just, what the fuck? Doesn't text that, but says it out loud and sort of gingerly, as to not smear blood all over her fucking touch screen. Like it just, the response is simply kindly ? Exclamation point.
I'm not sure we made proper introductions. I look like this. Selfie.
Oh, you're muted.
That's like the first time in years it's ever happened. I feel so embarrassed. So you see,
No,
three
that's
dots.
Harbinger.
Oh, right. Embarrassed, yeah. You see 3 dots appear, like it's about to respond, and then bloop, you see like a high angle selfie of me flying over Chicago, going, like, verily, and this is my face. It's a pleasure to see yours again.
All due respect, we're gonna have to get to know each other a lot better before I send you my current Hey, storyteller, where the fuck am I? Just by the by, now that I'm in a parking garage somewhere.
You don't rightly know, but I will say that if you choose to like use your GPS,
Yeah, sure.
you do it. You look at it and you're like, well, that does it. That can't be right.
That can't be right. What the fuck?
But you find that you are in Antarctica. And strangely enough, you are getting cell service.
Oh God. Oh shit. Oh God. Oh shit. Oh God. So the next thing that pops up is a voice memo. Hello. Hey. Yep. Hi, Doc. I feel like we need to chat soon. Hey, Tyr, can you come get me?
I mean, probably. Where are you at?
I'll share my location to the group text.
Harbinger has shared their location.
I'm looking at it. Appears.
I'm a time traveler, not a teleporter, love. You might be a bit of in a bad place.
Oh, fuck.
Hold on. I'll tell you what. Stay there. I'll see if I can't have you bifrosted into the Jotunheim. Have you been you've been around New Jotunheim, have you?
God, no. The first night we met, you dragged me there and it was great. I loved it. Help, please.
Right. Hold on. I'm gonna after sending hold on, get back on my rune tooth, and I'm gonna be like,
Hey, Burgleman, listen, change the plans. I have a friend who's stuck in the Antarctic and she can't fly. Could you please remote access and take her back to Jotunheim?
Oh, little godling, how slow you are to learn.
Oh, god damn it. This. The thorn in my side, the rock in my shoe, the pain in my ass.
There is a ... on the group chat, and you see that it's from Torment. Cujo, please forgive me for this. I can't help it.
I love you, Cujo.
It's just Miles in question marks.
Okay, all right, okay. Another voice memo goes through. Hey, Doc. I don't suppose you have, any sort of teleportation?
I'm going to fire up the puck and get a little portal.
You do have their location. So, Harbinger, first off, kindly tell me what this portal looks like. And where in relation to Harbinger does it open? Like, is it right in front of them? Is it like they gotta walk a bit to get to it? Like, let me know.
Question, Harbinger, did you actually make in text the comment about how we would need to get you to know you better first before you would send a picture in your current state? I think you said.
Yeah. Okay. Just fair warning, you're gonna get an eyeful.
Then what happens is on Kindly's end, they take out their little puck and set it down a couple feet away, and first it flattens out and then builds up into an arch, and from that initiates its portal, which will appear about 4 feet away from Harbinger, and then some scrubs will fly through.
I can see all of this so clear comic book form. Like, I love it.
It's that nice what do you call it, the onomatopoeia thing of the scrubs just like lightly on the floor at Harbinger's bare blood-soaked feet. Looks down, looks up, looks down, shrugs, does in fact put the scrubs on, but also manages to grab her docs and her battle jacket. So Kindly, I'm assuming the other end of the portal is like at your location?
Yes.
Okay.
The other, what you can see into the portal appears to be perhaps something underground. The walls look concrete. There is a fair amount of glassware on a stone top bench to one wall, a long wall of vials. If it looks like it's someone's lab, that's probably because it's someone's lab. There is also fairly far away now from the portal, a slightly portly figure wrestling a large orange cat into a crate. It's not going well.
No. Yeah, no. So what steps through that portal is the young woman that you saw when we all gathered at the Sears Tower, except for that wild curly hair is just plastered to her face and neck, and the blood. I think she's leaving a couple footprints. Perfectly honest, it started to soak through a bit on the scrubs.
Blood.
Doctor, thank you. Much obliged. Much obliged.
I hope you had fun.
That's one way to put it.
Looks like you managed to find some sort of activities.
Yeah. At the very least, no one in Chicago is gonna go looking for that.
doesn't look like anyone at your destination will be inclined to search further either.
No. Decidedly not. There's not a whole lot left, if I'm being perfectly honest with you.
That's always the better. DNA
really
evidence
is.
working.
Once again, much obliged. I don't suppose you have a shower on site?
Well, at least I have, and they'll point a little farther away. Because this is the lab, there are little pull chain showers in case of chemical spills.
You know what? Better than nothing. I'm just gonna...
Of course.
I'm
going to go wash some glassware. I'll be over this way for a moment.
Thank you. Thanks. Yep.
Does anybody add anything to the group text? Yes.
So, unfortunately, I can't get my teleporter to work. Long story short, gods are dicks. But, hey, are you no longer cold? Because that would be terrible.
No, Doc figured it out. Doc got me. I don't precisely know where I ended up, but I'm pretty sure it's in the city of Chicago. What do you mean gods are dicks?
It's a very long story, and one I probably shouldn't have, and one I should not have a paper trail on. I will tell you when I see you soon.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, unless you cut it off, Harbinger, and unless kindly you have some defenses against it, Harbinger is still sharing location. And so the location quite literally jumped from Antarctica to...
I don't think there are satellites where we went. If you'll recall, we've had some discussions as to the nature of this location.
Okay, I just wanted to check.
Help was requested at the time. It's not,
And you know what? Harbinger's not one to look a gift horse in the mouth. She is currently not in a complex in the middle of Antarctica, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. I have a question. Since I now see the little dot would be somewhere relative or not to your establishment, Dr. Kindly, you will get a little text from Tier saying, "Do I have permission to enter your domicile, Dr. Kindly? It would be really helpful if I could."
And I thought only the vampires needed permission. You're, of course, quite welcome. Would you like any assistance?
I stop floating in the middle of Chicago sky. Yes.
And you still have a pin drop as well, from what I understand? Or, no, you're not sharing location.
I stop, I look around. I have not dropped a pin anywhere, and if I did, woe to the foe it lands upon, for surely at this height it shall destroy them. Wait, nope, sorry, that's my brother talking. So stupid. You mean the technological pin? Yes, currently. Hold on.
Does Tier need time to figure out how to send location?
Go to settings.
You fucking geezer!
Translate from Asgardian into Norse, into Germanic, into English. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I got it right here. Don't you worry. Here we go. And
none of us is born knowing things.
Thank you, Doctor. If you're born knowing things, then your name isn't Tia. Your name is probably Freya. Just put that out there. She knows like a lot of things.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Nonetheless, I feel like I still have the right to give you shit.
I mean, please don't. What a very taxing day, if I'm being honest. Ugh.
Kylie, what does this portal look like in mid-air?
Oh, wow. So from the lab, it looks like a little bit of the base of the portal breaks off and goes into itself like God's most rehearsed recursive engineering. And so in front of Tyr, just the slightest bit of some sort of dark something appears and then starts building itself outward into the counterpart structure. To Tyr, it probably looks like some kind of nanobot technology. It's not excessively sophisticated, but frankly, it only needs to be so sophisticated to do the job. Rather the way there's no such thing as a super high-tech rotary telephone. Frankly, you've seen one nanobot constructed teleporter. You've seen them all.
I am going to ask you to pick even or odds. Kindly.
Oh, odd, certainly. Let's always be odd. Let's always.
All right, I rolled a 3. Cool. Tyr, you see this portal appear in front of you, and just this random bird flies into it first. Kindly, you see a bird just fly into the portal.
What kind of bird?
It is a cardinal.
Huh. Fascinating. Stella, no.
All right. I'm just gonna go. You know, we're having this conversation. I can just do this inside. And so I proceed to levitate through the portal to get to them directly.
Okay. And Tyr is there in the portal.
And there is an infernal hissing from the back of the place.
Ah, Jesus!
The cardinal is just kind of in the corner, fluttering to keep away from Stella.
Okay. All right. She can't get you. We got her after great effort into the crater. Either of you adept at bird catching?
Give me a second. Yeah, sure.
Hold on. I look at the bird, and with a wave of my hand, I put the bird in timeout.
It stops.
And I'm gonna use telekinetic manipulation to just kind of basically bring it in. I'm gonna put it in my hand. I'm like, I have the bird. I'm just petting it.
Please roll me a vigilance check.
All right, Snow White.
Target number 11.
Come now, they say something about a bird in hand.
Yeah.
No, actually, so sorry. That's target number 16 with trouble.
All right, and vigilance.
Mhm.
Vigilance. I don't know what vigilance is. All right. So with trouble.
Yep.
What was the DC?
16.
Okay. Yep.
Back.
15.
Okay. You got the bird.
Hey.
What else is going on?
Is the portal? Excuse me, Dr. Kindly. Is the portal still accessible to the
Active.
Chicago skyline? It is great. Okay.
Yes, we probably want to close it before we get more birds rather than fewer.
Right. I'm just gonna shoot this one out, and I kind of let it go through it.
You throw it, and it's gone.
All right, you've released your temporal hold?
Oh. Yeah.
It's habit with me, so I try to check when there's someone else. They say as they it looks like they pull a pin from the base of the teleport, which was clearly itself made by nanobots to give a little bit of a tactile user interface. They pull that, the whole thing shuts down, disassembles, and comes back up into the size of a little puck. And away it goes. I am afraid I wasn't expecting visitors. I could rustle up perhaps something to eat. Are you?
No, you know what? I am fine. Thank you.
I'm sure I have some towels or something.
please? As she's like wringing her hair out down the drain. Tear.
Harbinger, just to play safe, give me about 30 minutes to an hour, about 6 feet apart, if you don't mind, that is.
Okay. Looks at kindly, like with concern.
I think my Asgardian physiology will remove the pathogen, but I just want you to know there's a pathogen. We'll be fine.
What the?
You
Long
poor
story
thing, are you not-
short, I'm feeling a little unusual, a little warm, but I'm doing better now, much better. And you should see the other bloke who is now free running halfway across Chicago. But that's neither here nor there.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, okay. You have yourself a seat. I'm going to get you. Have you been having some fluids? I'm going to get you something to drink. And hands Harbinger the towel and a vial of something. This is very good at getting blood out. All the time, honestly. There you go.
Great.
And I'm going to grab the med kit. No, not the hospital one, the good one.
So it's at this point, Kylie, that I need to tell you, because I finally found your character sheet, and I hate you.
Maybe.
Tyr threw the bird. The bird went through the portal, and then went invisible. From there, you lost track of the bird.
Of course.
But you know that the bird didn't just go in the portal and fly away. Bird went in the portal and then went invisible.
Good for it. That will be a fantastic advantage to it. Cardinals are, I believe, predated upon, if nothing else, by beings like Stella. No, it has an excellent survival advantage. Unfortunately, it's not going to be. Is it genetic? I'm going to have to find that bird later. They'll stop and just write the very quickest of note on a steno pad, but then truly the medical kit. This poor Tyr fellow. Oh, and just really doing the proper fuss.
Over an Asgardian god!
So Kylie is getting all the tools needed to take care of their patient. What of the two are you doing?
I mean, I'm just gonna let them and not provide any friction. I'm just gonna sit there, hands on my legs, stiff upper back, and just go, yeah. No, I'm feeling great actually. Like I said, a little under the weather, but like not too bad. You know, it's not bad.
Right, but what does not bad mean? Does that mean fever, headache?
I believe at one period of time I was developing a small grade fever, but I think now it's largely past. There is as great a sensation of there's as great a sensation of an asshole, a prick, if you will, and it's just kind of irritating me, you know. Do you know the sensation, the feeling of an asshole?
Nope.
Anatomically, yes, but I think we're probably going toward the metaphor. In which case, also yes.
Yes, colloquially, of course, yes. And then I'll turn to Harbinger. Remember that one guy that I threw into a volcano about a couple thousand years back?
The weirdo at the church?
Yeah, the weird one.
What about him?
Apparently, volcanoes are better for your health than I was led to believe, and he has become some self-made god of justice.
Oh no.
Yeah. So some of my
Your
health may be
domain.
due to him.
What's that?
They're in the middle of doing some flavor of scan. They stopped. I thought that was your domain.
Yep. Yes, indeed it was. I think he's doing this to vex me.
You did throw him into a volcano. To be fair, he was trying to kill us.
Self-defense, and also, volcanoes tend to kill people. So if you ask me, he's being a bit of a dick. He had one job, and he couldn't toss it.
Okay, all right. So let me get this straight. You have someone who's muscled in on your fucking territory, who's kind of salty about the fact that you yeeted him into an active volcano. Is that what I'm hearing? So is that what you dealt with after shit went to shit back at the tower?
It was twofold. So yeah, I ran into this guy, Justice. And then I ran into another gentleman with like 4 names. Caleb, Casey, Hollywood, Crash. There's too many names. But I've decided to call him Mr. Crash. Mr. Crash, apparently, is in possession of something dangerous to those around him. He's basically a walking, virulent bomb. I tried to tell him I could fix it. He didn't like my methods. Made it a wee bit personal. Pissed off. He pissed off into Chicago.
I will let anyone who feels like their character watches movies attempt a logic check. Target number 14 to see if you recognize the names at all.
Nah. To be fair, I think, like, still a little bit of blood in my ear. Kind of distracted.
Now we get to find out if Dr. Kylie is a movie fan.
My understanding was there was restriction. What kind of movies?
Action movies for sure.
Oh, certainly.
Okay, target number 14.
I suppose some information would probably come into this. If I've seen it, of course, I will remember it. No, I actually quite love action movies.
This is one of the predominant stunt performers in Hollywood right now. This guy has done stunts in all of the biggest movies and was involved in a freak accident a couple of years back where people were for sure that he died, but he didn't. And that kind of raised the standings in Hollywood a bit. Like, this is the stunt actor who's so good that he pulled off the ultimate stunt, dying. So just he's got a real cool car, wears sunglasses. If you're doing a movie, you're trying to get Crash.
That's also true here. Good to know.
Okay. Dr. Kindly, I don't want to be presumptuous, but what may I ask what happened to you after? Gestures.
I had to deal with the would-be employer, the two of you left behind, who appears to suspect some sort of multiversal level threat and is attempting to assemble weapons to meet it, and making, I'm sure, mild insinuations of threat about it. Anyway, wanted an object from a very particular timeline and sent a small team. Unfortunately, I don't think this person was banking on the object's original owner reclaiming it. So now they still want us to do the same work, but different team. I generally just don't like the vibe. That's
Oh.
the idiom now, yes?
Yes. Yeah. No. I was so. Would this person happen to be kind of creepy and pale?
Which person?
I'm this employer.
I haven't
I'm-
met the employer farther than the fluid whom we all met.
Okay. All right.
The cryptic
Great.
one.
Yeah. No. That asshole just showed up in my apartment. It was fucking weird.
Creepy pale person showing up in your apartment?
Yeah. The fluid. Is that what you called him? The fluid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it was all of us then. No courtesy.
No. No. Not even a little bit.
What are my
all
preliminary
right.
scans indicating, by the way, for tier? Because this is an action. This is a doing things dialogue.
Roll me a logic check with triple trouble target number 20.
Oh shit.
Okay. I'm going to claw back an edge. Oh wait, excuse me. So I get an edge for clinician.
Okay.
I also have scientific expertise,
Yep.
which gives me an additional 2 edge. So that's 3 treble 3 edge. Would we like to just cancel them out?
Oh yeah, they're all canceled out. So
Okay.
it's just
Well,
a straight
or I
roll.
could roll 6 different rerolls. I don't know. It's entirely up to you.
Jesus Christ.
My God, Sam.
That 13 logic is really doing some friggin' business.
So first
Look,
off,
it's important to be a good doctor. Doctor's
First-
important.
you have mapped out Asgardian physiology. Like you understand what makes Asgardian an Asgardian. So now that you have your baseline, you're able to note any intrusions. And what you see are small bits of dark energy. Energy from the negative zone. You would recognize it from its location. Eating away at what empowers the Asgardian physiology versus that of normal individuals. Now, you also understand that they are dying out. Tyr is regaining its strength because the intrusive element does not have what it did at one point to sustain it. I'm not gonna try and out science what Sam to live, but to put it in a way that makes sense to my mind, it's kind of like he's out of the radius of what introduced the invasive element to his person in the first place. If he were to have stayed in that element, not only would there be more of this foreign entity in his system, but they would have been stronger and consumed more of his abilities the longer he was there.
Any history of travel recently, Tyr? Negative zone, perhaps?
I mean, not me. I've been to a zone with a negative man in it, but not a negative zone.
Negative zone.
I don't think that would be. So when I was pulled in the domain of this new justice, yes, Harbinger.
Negative zone. What is that? What does that mean?
Nor would you like to drunk history exposit on my behalf?
Negative zone is a dimension filled with antimatter, whereas the material plane is a plane full of matter. This is the opposite. It is essentially energy that is built to consume and destroy. There are notable heroes that have the ability to manipulate and use it, such as Cloak and Blue Marvel. And to a certain extent, Sentry when he had the Void in his system. But that is to say, it is an element that exists only to consume.
Kindly, you get a couple of like wide-eyed blinks from this girl who clearly hasn't been much farther than like I don't know, one of the south suburbs. Oh, okay. All right. We've got gods and oh boy. Okay.
If you think that's
All right.
weird,
All right.
imagine this.
All right.
There are gods that the gods pray to.
Thanks. Thank you, Tyr, darling.
Just put that out there.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Appreciate
Bigger
it.
fish. Always a bigger fish. Yeah.
Your negative man would have taken your Asgardian capabilities and traits had you spent very much longer there in that presence.
That's good to
That's
know.
probably why you feel poorly, because that was eating away at that which empowers you.
So now I'm a little worried. Because this individual told me that there's a pathogen out there. And I didn't start feeling this way until I was close to this individual who had the pathogen in them. Now, I don't know how this is related. It's either he was wasting my time and leaving me in his realm to drain my powers. He's certainly an obstacle. Or this man, this mortal man, has this ability to drain Asgardian powers vis-a-vis this negative zone. That gives me a bit more fear, because he's still running around there. He's still transmitting, to my knowledge.
And his goal was what, precisely?
Which one? The negative man.
Indeed.
As best as I can understand, petty revenge.
Must everybody be so terribly small?
Gods are no different than anyone else. We have all the same insecurities. We have all the same traumas, tragic backstories and tales. The only difference is that when we go through those fits, we have much more strength to make it worrisome. And now, I'm dealing with this asshole.
So now he's about to make it everybody's fucking problem. Great.
I have another concern, if it is of anyone's interest. Harbinger, when we met this guy, we were on trail of two very interesting and personal effects. I, stopping a cult that's trying to weaponize these clones, these hybrids of Yggdrasil, and you trying to protect your pack. I have bad news. This laughing face clowny Jacobite is trying to hunt them down as well. Probably also the god in question. Furthermore, my trees being mass-produced means that they could be putting power into some very close-minded people that they cannot handle.
Mass-produced trees?
Specifically, the tree. The tree of all trees.
The world tree, right?
Yggdrasil itself, let me tell you, that hanging upside down bit is not a fabrication. It's real, I've seen it,
And if they are taking even a fraction of this tree's power, we're looking at armies of super soldiers that will make your dear captain blush.
Spoilers. And you see in the corner a figure in a black robe with a harlequin mask, 2 black holes where the eyes should be, and a giant red smile, holding 3 blades as they're huddled in the corner, poised to fight. And that is where we're going to take our break. So we'll be back in just a moment.
That's not it. Wait. Nope. Ugh, this stupid device won't work whenever I want it to. You can see me now, huh? Don't be alarmed. I'm V, short for viewer. Different than the Watchers. Do not compare me to those bald-headed babies. Anyways, don't mind me. I was just trying to find the right channel to go view this poll list story about... No spoilers. Looks like the poll list hasn't come out for you yet. Let me let you in on a little secret. Go over to ko-fi.com/noirenigma and subscribe at the $10 tier. That way, you'll be able to get the poll list stories a week ahead of release. It also gets you a 10% discount to Noirville merch. So get over to ko-fi.com/noirenigma right now. All right. I gotta go before the editor catches me talking to you. So keep viewing whatever you're viewing here. All right. Bye.
There are 3 things you learn in this job. The break room coffee sucks. Always label your food. And never go in alone.
Hello, everybody, and we are back from break. I hope you all had fun doing the things that are human. We are going to just jump right back into it. So when we last left off, we find ourselves in varying levels of dress inside of Dr. Kindly's facilities, located where? No, mind your fucking business. But
Don't worry about it.
inside Kindly's lair or lab. Lair, that sounds like the kind of place a villain would have. Inside Dr. Kindly's lab, Tyr has been getting a routine checkup from the doctor. Harbinger is getting so fresh and so clean after a massacre of wolf hunters, and it appears that a individual has infiltrated Kindly's lab. This individual is dressed in black robes, very much like that of the Grim Reaper, with a Harlequin mask, completely black eyes, and a red, toothy smile that goes all the way up their face. They are in the corner, like perched on the walls, with their legs holding 3 blades in each hand, poised to strike. We rolled initiative during break, and, well, in the Marvel system, if you roll a marvelous success in initiative, you get to go before the initiative starts. Or if you have the superpower lightning actions, you get to go before the initiative starts. Or if you have the power danger sense, you get to go before initiative starts. Smiley, the villain, has lightning action, so he gets to go before initiative starts. Harbinger, however,
rolls a fantastic success. It gets to go before initiative starts, and Dr. Kindly will also has an ability that lets them go first as well. So, because Smiley did roll the highest, he will be going first in this round outside of initiative. And man, he's encountered Tyr before and spilled his blood, but didn't get to finish the meal, and that bothers him. And so, as soon as you hear the laughing and you spot the clown in the corner, there are 3 blades that immediately make their way to Tyr. They're thrown, and right before they make contact, they're caught by Smiley, and he turns and does just a beautifully obnoxious dance with the blades, swiping at Tyr. And he's going to roll an attack. Well, actually, you're all close enough. Correction.
I could do something stupid.
There's a blade coming at each of you.
Ass.
And it appears catching one, slicing at Tyr, catching the other, slicing at Harbinger, and catching the third and slicing at Kindly. This is the unstoppable assault. He's going to roll his attack. Now, what is everyone's melee defense?
Certainly not.
Yeah, mine's at 13. But I would like to use this time reaction telekinetic defense.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your toes there.
No, you're good.
Telekinetic protection 4 as a reaction. So just putting that up now because he can hit hard.
Oh,
Yes.
you take a reaction.
Okay, and what is your reaction?
Oh, energy absorption.
Okay. Cool. So I love how this is gonna play out. He swipes at you, Tyr, and at the very last second, you're able to put this barrier up, and you can see that the blade is cutting through the barrier, but it's just slow enough for it to do its job, and you're able to dodge out of the way. Then spins and swings at you, Harbinger. What is your melee defense?
15.
And with that, you see the blade brush against Harbinger. That's only going to be 11 points of damage because it is only half. And then after cutting you, he tosses that blade into the air, and with the freed up hand, grabs the other blade and swipes at Kindly. Who? Tell me what your energy absorption looks like.
The little nanopuck that I've got reactively spreads over where the knife is striking, and the piezoelectric force of the knife into the nanobot setup causes a little glow, as it seems to provide a little bit of self-power to some of their own scientific setup.
You hear, that's not fair, and he's going to spin an additional 15 focus to do it all again.
Okay.
This time, the number rolled was 25. And so, oh, I forgot he does get double edge on his attacks. Signature attack and iconic weapon.
Hey,
Oops.
hey, storyteller.
Uh-huh.
What are those knives made out of?
They are not made out of silver.
Okay.
So I do believe, so you're good. I accidentally rolled trouble. I meant to roll edge. Sorry. All right, so that's one edge, which brings us to second edge. Not like it's gonna make a difference. It does not, in fact, make a difference. And so he does it again. I think this time, however, he's focusing on. Let's see, I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Character makes every enemy within their reach. Oh no, he has to hit everybody. So yeah, no, he's hitting everybody. So he turns around and Tyr, he swipes again. How much damage does your barrier withstand? You are muted.
Thank you. That's the second time tonight. I was looking it up, and I have to be hit with more than 40 points of damage, I think, individually, if I'm reading this correct.
That is the case, I do believe. And so it's holding again, but you can tell that he's getting faster and the cuts are getting deeper. Let's see. Harbinger, for you, that's going to be an additional 16 points of damage. And
Okay.
Doc,
I have the reaction economy.
you can only energy absorption once. The new rules say you have to expend the focus that you gained from the first one before you get energy absorption again.
Okay, so we're running by new rules, because can you maybe post those up so that I have them?
Gotcha.
Also, question, storyteller.
Yep.
I have evasion.
I do believe that means you would be using your agility to dodge melee attacks. So he wouldn't be targeting your melee defense,
Okay.
He'd be targeting your agility defense.
Okay. Well, yeah, I just wasn't certain on the wording of that because it says the character can use their agility defense score against melee attacks as well.
Yes, you
So-
can.
Okay, so it basically either or.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're gonna stick with melee, even though it doesn't do me much good right now.
Yep, 'tis your choice on that one. And I posted the link in the StreamYard. So, Doc, you got the second attack coming. Is there anything you want to spend focus on? Would be the question. And I'm going to read it out loud to make sure I have it right. The character can take any health damage done to them after applying any damage reduction, ignore it, and add that number to their focus instead. In this way, they can increase their focus up to double their regular maximum focus. Once the combat is over, any extra any focus over the character's regular maximum focus fades away. The power cannot be used again until any focus the character gained in this way is spent.
Then no.
So you also get 16 points as the second time he comes for you, it just brushes across. And that brings us to Harbinger or Kindly. You're both tied at initiative, and I'm allowing for dynamic initiative, so you can choose who goes first in this bonus round.
Doctor.
They're patching themselves up a little bit. First, I'm going to put on some Sturdy 4.
So please explain to the people what you're doing and what it looks like.
Yes. So what once was blocking some of the strikes now spreads out over their body, kind of like a strange rippling suit of armor, as their technology temporarily grants them some damage reduction.
And really quickly here, so you are using the hex spell to do this. It's just modified for technology. I do believe, and I just want to make sure I'm getting this right, you have to have the prerequisites of the power in order to get it. So do you have a method of having Sturdy 3?
In fact, even if they would not normally meet the power's other prerequisites.
Oh, well, never mind. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so I'm sorry. I just wanted to double
check. It's very expensive.
Gotcha.
That's the balance. I can
Gotcha.
have it. It is simply pricey, though conveniently that expends my energy.
Gotcha. Aha, there it is. Alrighty. So you are wrapped in. Could you describe what it looks like for me?
I think at the moment, it's not terribly aesthetic. I should really have had someone do maybe some kind of design collaboration or otherwise, but for now, it really does look like little black rippling nanobots right out of the factory. See, now that you've called attention to it, I almost feel embarrassed.
Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Yes. For my second action, I suppose, I'm just going to see if any such nanobots might be capable of tripping up our intruder. So for going for grab, what's the let's see, melee defense?
Okie dokie. And his melee defense is going to be, I've got it here, and it's a good one too, 18.
Okay. In that case, he'll be grabbed.
Okie dokie. And I think in response, this is about to get interesting.
Oh yeah, who goes on equal reactions? Who goes on equal reactions, by the way? If both of us have reactions, which one resolves first?
I think it is what happens. Yeah, it's I'm using stacking rules of magic. So he sees this coming after him, and he clicks the blades together, and you hear a resonance. There is a wave. And he has to make an ego attack. I think he misses, and you feel like there's this pulse that is attempting to shut down essentially all of your gear, and it just isn't strong enough, and he finds himself grabbed. Nice. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Against resilience.
Yeah, that'll hit. That'll hit.
Good. That irritated me.
And actually, as he's grabbed, you do hear nothing but cackling underneath the mask.
So there are sparks back down. This almost continuous, sort of almost seems web-like, like maybe they'd seen something like it recently, and were a little inspired, as that is going to give me my health back.
Okay. I do believe that's going to bring us to Harbinger.
He's grabbed.
Yeah. Well, he's grappled, so that makes things a lot easier. It's also a good thing that I did not put my clothes back on. So the towel that has also kind of been shredded, 'cause fuck that guy, gets tossed aside, and muscle and bone shift and crack as her body starts to play like fucking building blocks with itself. And I would like to take on the war form.
Yes. Tell us what that is.
It's that fucking 9-foot tall black fur, fangs as long as a person's hand. And I'm gonna barrel forward and take advantage of the fact that this fucker ain't going nowhere.
You have edge on your attack. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It hits.
So, the back paws kind of dig into the concrete, like brushed concrete, Doctor. Yeah.
Indeed, yes.
Easy
to clean.
Maybe a little bit of gouging. Not much, just a little bit.
Oh, it's concrete. Who cares?
But it's essentially like watching a fucking bullet made of fur and fangs go tearing across the room, as Harbinger drives her claws up and essentially like swings past, after that spray of blood to flank.
Ooh, okay. And that will bring us to the top of initiative for the very, very first time.
That was the bonus round. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be fine.
Let's go.
You do see they're grabbed and they look at kindly and the head tilts and then they teleport. And they are behind kindly and will use combat trickery. Once per battle, the character is attacking at targets of equal or higher rank. The character automatically rolls a 1 on the Marvel die, and that die cannot be affected by trouble. If the character is attacking multiple targets, all the targets must be of equal rank or higher. They will then once again use. Oh no, he can't. Oh, Harbinger, you just saved the party and you have no idea why. You motherfucker. So he's only going to attack the what he considers the biggest threat after
No heavens, honestly. Ridiculous. There's genuinely a god in the room. Did you just see her?
He fought the god. And he's got data on Harbinger.
To be fair, I gave him a chance and I let him leave because I just needed information. Didn't really fight him.
Yeah, we all like data. What can I say?
Man.
He will use vicious attack. This is just just to be aware, this is going to be a heavy hit. Are we all okay?
Is
Okay.
this
I
on
really
kindly?
will find out after this. Yes.
Yes, this is unkindly.
Am I able to use a reaction?
You know what? Let me hear what you have, because the last bit of this assault is this.
It would be
Yes.
substantially better if that didn't happen.
Well, yeah,
It
because
can, but it would be better if it didn't.
one of my reactions is interpose. I could just get in the way.
No, certainly not. No, don't worry about that.
I am a literal sack of muscle.
I need to inform you all of how much damage this is about to be.
Okay.
Before we make any decisions.
My energy absorption's back up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that changes things.
It's a new round.
Mm-hmm. This is gonna be 112 points of damage.
Oh.
If perhaps I hadn't gotten hit that last time, I would have been fine.
No, don't ever deny me all that focus.
No, well, does all of it turn to focus?
I'm more than topped up now. Oh, that's delightful.
Go right ahead, darling.
Unleash the beast.
So the blade sticks in your heart. Tell me what this looks like as energy absorption comes into play.
So it goes right through their nanobot shield because it ignores my damage reduction entirely. It genuinely does go into Kindly's heart. And their eyes go very wide. And then the nanobots seem to crawl into their chest alongside the knife and start glowing as it physically pushes the knife back out en masse and stitches them back up.
That's no fair. You should be dead.
Guess I'm a cheater.
That will be the end of Smiley's turn. And Tyr, you finally get to go, my friend. You just saw Smiley vanish, appear behind Kylie, and stab them through the heart. And Kylie is just kind of standing there, bemused, one would say.
Okay, yeah. So, I'm going to charge at him with my big hand raised, and I'm going to do a telekinetic attack, but I'm going to make it a big Asgardian haymaker. So, let me find that ability again. There it is. All right. And roll to hit. That sucks. Do I have any edges on that?
Any signature attacks, perhaps?
Probably not. No. I'm having that problem again where Roll20 doesn't want to give me anything above a 3.
I'm so sorry, my friend.
That's what it is.
That will miss, which will trigger his reaction as you come and that hand comes and he spins away, eyes locked on Kindly, and he just swipes without looking, and we will see what that looks like. Jeez. He swipes for, he rolls a 20. What is your melee defense?
My melee defense is a 13, but
But you still
I
have
still
the
have protection up.
And
Yeah.
it cuts through. And just more laughing. This is a deadly dance that is happening between 4 incredibly formidable individuals, and each blow here would have killed most people. So this is just, it's intense. And if there's nothing else here, that'll bring us to either Harbinger or Kindly.
Yeah. See, I moved, I attacked. I think that's for the most part all I can do in my turn, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep, unless something happened that triggers a reaction for you.
I mean, I'm gonna keep that telekinetic barrier or protection up as long as I can,
Gotcha.
and reapply as necessary.
All right, well, Harbinger, Kindly, who's going?
Would you care to? I've been doing a lot. It feels courteous to offer.
Oh, that's very polite. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm
Now-
gonna do what I'm really good at.
Now, one thing I'd like to note here, Harbinger, you are of the lowest rank in the group. So one of the pieces of advice that I'd like to give you is to consider using your environment to balance the playing field.
Oh dear, that's a lot of expensive equipment and cabinets. Yes.
Yes, though there's also a lot of glassware that's clearly not in use. Some of it's by the sink. You can see some hypodermic syringes still in packages. If you can see both stuff that is in active use and supplies that wouldn't yet be in use if you wanted to grab and break things.
Great. Cool. No doubt.
Also,
no doubt.
plenty of power supply if you're interested in doing wicked things with cables. This is a toy of an environment. This is Dr. Kindly's lab. There's some sort of strange device you could induce electrical or bleeding kind of stuff at minimum. Also,
Perfect.
just a bunch of really weird things. Just there's chemicals. We can find out what happens if you throw them on someone.
Yeah,
Go
no.
wild.
Cool.
Above
No doubt,
table,
no doubt.
go wild, have fun. It's just stuff.
I think we're gonna start off simply. In that I would like to take the nearest heavy metal exam table
Yeah.
and just fucking whip it at this guy.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me your melee attack. And I'm going to add, let's see. I would say that would add, I'm looking at the cheat sheet here. That would be a big item, I would say, that you're throwing. Which doesn't really add anything to your modifier. So I'm going to say, oh no, big. It does. It adds +1 to your attack modifier.
Okay.
And so that's a 19. And 1 to your multiplier. So that instead of doing 14 damage, you're doing, I can math, 1 second. Okay, 17. Oh, you're doing 17 damage instead. And it does hit. So
Like the intent is to quite literally, it's like that moment in the first Avengers movie where at one point Thor is standing there next to the Hulk and the next minute he's just not there anymore.
that's exactly what I was picturing. As
Bam!
Stabs Kindly in the heart, the blade pulls back, dodges the hand deftly, cuts Tyr, and then all of a sudden just gets knocked back by this giant flipping table. It will knock him. I will say it's big, and you just did 17 points of damage, so it's going to knock him back, let's say 10 feet. as he just gets wailed on by this table, and the laughing kind of stops at that point.
Yeah, and there's I'm picturing that the table just like skids and like pushes this fucker back, and Harbinger steps forward to stand next to Kindly and just lets out this fucking roar that rattles the glassware.
Oh, so I guess you didn't get turned into a person like the rest of your friends. Oh, I get a puppy of my own to play with. It is going to be Kindly's turn after that.
Don't listen to him, darling. I couldn't have said it better than you did. I pause a moment. I remember an earlier moment of the fight, and I mess with my little nanopuck controller very quickly, and then slide it across toward him. So that is 2 turns. That is setting up the power and then deploying it for the reflavored hex. Nor, I think shutdown powers should already be in chat.
Okay, I am going to let him use his reaction to try and stop this. So.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's it should be an ego attack. That's a little high. There we go. That's better.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And see, it's only that. Oh, sorry. And I effed that up again because that's logic. Once more with feeling. Et voila. So sorry.
Nice.
But that's that. Otherwise, the number was too high.
I
It's,
got you.
modifier.
I got you there.
Oh, that's so nice, though.
And I am going to give him a chance to stop this. He's going to have to beat your ego in order for this to hit. So let's see if he can save this. Whoever loses this loses all their powers, is essentially what's about to happen.
Oh, interesting. All right.
Because he's responding to your shutdown powers with the shutdown powers of his own in response. So he hits his blades, and your puck short circuits before it's able to fire off, and the electricity that whirs off of the puck begins to make its way to you, and the nanites on you start to short circuit a bit. Tyr and Harbinger, you do see Kindly being affected by the ringing of the blades. And that will bring us to the top of the round, unless there's anything else you would like to do, Kindly.
Nope, that's what I've got for the round.
Okie dokie. And a quick O check from everybody. Okie dokie. All right. And so that brings us back to Smiley. Yeah, he got walloped real hard. Kindly almost got through. But he got another taste of Tyr blood, and fuck, he wants more. I'm gonna roll something real quick. High, he hightails it out of here. Low, he stays to try and kill at least one of you.
Oh no, on a D10. Good.
All right. He advances on. He has got. Nah, fuck this. He advances on Tyr. He's got the. Yeah. God damn it. You can tell the demeanor has changed. It's before it was jovial with just a tinge of menace, and now it's different. It's more intense, it's more focused. Tyr, you remember the first time you saw this individual fight, it was his movements were abstracted to the very last second, and then they were masterful. Now you're seeing pure skill on display. I cuts through the table and flings both sides away from him, and you're able to see the strength on display. And he darts over to you, and he's there almost in an instant. Yeah, he's gonna go with a vicious attack. He's using his iconic weapon, which grants him 1 edge. And he's using a signature attack, which grants him another edge. And I couldn't re-roll the Marvel die because it wasn't the lowest die, which is upsetting. That said, he hits for 21, Tyr.
A 21 hits. And my telekinetic protection level 4 is still up as well.
Is he gonna go for another attack, or is he gonna leave? Because it's the frustration is setting in. He's starting to feel it. High, he bails. Tails, he gets out.
That's pretty high.
High or tails, Lord, what am I saying? Swipes down. The blade gets this close to you. You can feel it against your skin, but not enough for it to cut. And you just and then in that scream, gone.
Next time I see him, it's on sight. Crushing his skull in my hands.
Open your firewall for just a second. Stella, are you alright? Oh, goodness, aren't I glad I got you created before all this.
There's the truly unsettling snap, crack, pop of joints and muscles and sinews popping back into place. And then there's Harbinger crouched on the floor.
Hold on. You see like a wave of sea mist hit me, and I'm no longer in my war uniform with my war braid. Now you see me in the 3-piece suit. I unbutton, take off the big jacket, put it around Harbinger.
Thank you. Sorry for the mess, Doc.
Broom and dustpan. Oh, well, these things happen. Not usually here. Terrible host. Sorry, Emil.
If we're being perfectly honest, I think we're the ones who brought trouble to your doorstep.
Oh, I think you did. But I don't think you intended it because at least one of you seemed to know him.
What was that?
The smiling man, the laughter boy. He's a servant of somebody. He's got information. He's trying to find us, trying to kill us. I fought him when I was with Mr. Crash. I made him a promise that if he gave me some intelligence, I'd leave him be. So, I suppose, in theory, this is my fault, to some measure. But as I informed Mr. Crash, that offer is a deal I only make once. Next time I see that Harlequin, there's not going to be an offer of peace. That's for damn sure.
Good luck with it. Not inconsiderable.
He's seen more people like me.
When I was in conflict with him, he mentioned you and your pack. I believe that might have been the other god. Either way, there is definitely a target on you.
Pack. Everybody keeps telling me I have a fucking pack. I don't have a fucking pack!
Well, you always have a place to come when you find yourself in Antarctica.
I'm really hoping that was just a one-time thing.
I don't know. You bring your own fur coat. You fight beautifully.
Who, me?
Well, it is directed toward everyone, but yes. Pure fury. The technique, quite astonishing. Excellent use of mass. It's acrobatic almost.
For all the power, my bit of a one-trick pony, so you have to deal out the damage when you can.
You certainly do. So, what are we going to do about him and about these people trying to hire us and about that fake trees nonsense? It seems like there's enough going on that people like us are better coordinating, collaborating.
Well, I have a few ideas. If we need to figure out the next step, we get the others, we find a common ground and a common place. We rally our resources, our focus. We take the data that we have, as you'd know, Dr. Kindly, and then we make the next best step. Trees, Laughing Man, the Fluid. 3 very powerful enemies, 3 very dangerous situations, and I think between how many was we were 6 that night. Between the 6 of us, I believe we can figure something out.
I hate to add more to the proverbial plate, but I would also like to know more about these fucking wolf hunters.
All right. Kindly is going to disappear a little bit, and they're going to pull out a little whiteboard. And then they're going to stop because there's some broken glass in the way. They're going to go back. They're going to grab their broom and dustpan to get the glass out of the way. And they'll start writing up on a whiteboard everything that...
Got a little, tree going.
They just... They have a certain air of, like, there's another world in which they would have just been the loveliest little high school science teacher or something.
Aw.
Yeah. Right. Wolf hunters, fluids, false trees, and laughing men.
And false gods.
False gods. It's going to be quite a thesis.
I don't mean to borrow trouble, but usually when big shit happens in concurrence, it tends to be interconnected. I find it a little disturbing that someone is running around trying to mimic the power of the Asgardians.
And not the only ones, didn't the fluid say? And kindly, we'll just make a bracket between all of them and link it all together.
I would not be surprised if our thesis is correct in that there is a bit of a convergence, a coincidence, if you will. This new god, this new justice. Time works differently for us. I would not be surprised if he's involved in everything else. The trees, for sure. Hunting your pack mates, for lack of a better word. Sure. Getting the attention of the fluid, I see no reason why someone capable of these other three things would not be a nuisance to this individual. I think we can either work our way up and smite this heretic, or, Hail Mary, chop the head off. The whole Jorgenmander dies.
Which one is a good first stop? And they'll just sort of eeny, meeny, miny, moe their marker down the list.
I think that is a great place for this issue to come to a close. This has been issue 3 of When Bad Meets Evil. Thank you so much for joining our story. This is a culmination of this main story and a few pull list episodes. We have the story of when the God and the Wolf, as well as the Crash of Titans. So very much like comic books, to get the full feel of the story, make sure you're reading all of the comics that are associated with the events. Thank you so much for watching, and let's hear where you can find all of our heroes, our characters. Who would like to start?
I'll start. Okay, cool. Hi, everyone. My name is PJ McGaw. You can find me all over the internet at PJ McGaw, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Blue Sky, and you can also find me on YouTube with Dungeons Divided. We're going to have a bit of a break just because, we're getting into the holiday season. We should be coming back in November with more episodes. So youtube.com/Dungeons Divided. And if you happen to be, at the time of this recording, in Vista, California, come check me out at Mysticon. It's a day convention. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I hope to see you there. I'll be moderating my very first panel. Instead of a panelist, I'm now a moderator. So I'm very excited about that. And I hope to see you there. That's me.
Who would like to go next?
Go ahead, Sam.
Happily. I'm Sam DeLev, role-playing performer, variety streamer, science communicator, and not a goose. That is Gander Slander. You can find all of the decidedly non-avian activities I'm up to on the Twitchernet at twitch.tv/Delevely, DELEVEELY, as well as watching episodes of My Science Communication May Contain Science up on youtube.com/@DeLevely. Because seriously, we taught parrots how to use smartphones to video call each other. They taught each other to dance. Go find out about it. That's up on my YouTube. Have a good one. Science is great.
Amazing. I may or may not be looking that up right now. Hi, hello, good evening, folks. You can call me Laura or Tutu or Laura Tutu. You can find me all over the internet as _Laura Tutu. That is TikTok, Elon Musk's health site, Threads, probably Blue Sky, Instagram, all the things. When I'm not here being big and angry and full of rage, you can find me hanging out with the fine folks over at Queen's Court Games, specifically in our multi-award-winning Vampire the Masquerade, Chronicle, the All Night Society. That's a thing that me and PJ hang out and do sometimes. If you want to see me and PJ do more things, we have a little thing coming up over at Crit Hit Chronicles with our dear buddy Cujo. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Little D&D good times coming in November.
All right. I suppose that just leaves me. I've been your narrator, Noir. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, the whole shebang. But most importantly, you can find me over at noirville.com or thenoirenigma.com. It takes you to the same place. Thank you so much for watching this. This has been a passion project, and every time we film, I get to see it come to life, and that means the world to me. So thank you so much for giving us a reason to do this. And now, as is tradition with every Noirville project, there is the after credit scene. And we see a dark office with massive screens behind a desk and an old man sitting at a chair just writing. And then we hear as someone is teleported into the office. Take it off, boy. And the smiling mask is taken off, and there are tears in a young man's eyes. Why did you make me? Why did you pull me back? Why did you make me stop? Because you failed. I knew you would fail. I told you not to engage, but you did it anyway. I could do it, Father. You can't. That's why you don't get to inherit the mantle, boy. I know who can kill the god, and that's why he is the saint, and you're just a smile. And we see on the back of all the monitors the moon landing, and inside of the Apollo, hidden away, is Saint. The camera zooms in, and it takes the he lifts the visor, or the visor no longer is opaque, and you see a bloody face, an angry eye, and then on the next panel we see that the eye of the old man matches that of the saint in the shuttle. That is our issue today. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one. Excelsior.